I don't feel I have to wipe everybody out, Tom. Just my enemies, that's all.
Throughout the Godfather Trilogy, Michael makes a lot of enemies. Some of them are powerful, some of them are dangerous, others are downright scary. Each of them poses a unique threat to Michael. In this video, we're going to rank his 10 most dangerous enemies, and number 1 might be a surprise, so stay tuned. Number 10. Archbishop Gilday. Archbishop Gilday is a shady high-ranking member of the Catholic Church. He uses, or more accurately, abuses, his status as archbishop to defraud wealthy members of his congregation. While Gilday isn't a physical threat to Michael, he's certainly an existential threat. Working with Don Licio Lucchesi, he exploits Michael's piety, scamming $600 million out of him.
Oh, if only prayer could pay off our $700 million deficit.
This has the potential to bleed Michael dry financially, and this is what makes Archbishop Gilday dangerous. But he shouldn't have crossed Michael, that was a mistake.
The Catholic Church does not make mistakes.
Number 9. Carlo Rizzi. Carlo is often overlooked, but he's a traitor and a dangerous enemy of Michael and the Corleone family. By violently beating Connie, Carlo knowingly sets in motion Sonny's murder. This, in turn, forces Vito from his sickbed to take over the family business while he's still weak. Emboldened by this, Barzini attempts a hit on Michael in Sicily, which kills Michael's wife and unborn child. To ensure Michael's safe return to New York, Vito is forced to vow that no vengeance will be taken for Sonny's murder, which weakens the Corleone's position among the warring crime families. In other words, Carlo is indirectly responsible for the Corleones losing the war, and specifically Michael losing his wife and unborn child.
Don't tell me you're innocent. Because it insults my intelligence.
Carlo's position inside the family is what makes him a dangerous threat to Michael.
Hello, Carlo.
Carlo had to get got. Number 8. Moe Greene. Moe Greene operates a Las Vegas casino and stands in the way of Michael's move to Nevada. Part of Moe's menace is his legend, as it's widely known that his character is based on the infamous mobster, Benjamin Bugsy Siegel. Siegel was one of the founding members of Murder Incorporated, which tells you everything you need to know about Moe Greene. Even though Moe only has 2 scenes in The Godfather, one of which is his infamous death scene, we get a pretty good idea of how dangerous he is.
Do you know who I am? I'm Moe Greene.
He brags about doing his first hit when Michael was still a teenager.
I made my bones when you were going out with cheerleaders.
He mocks the Corleones in their misfortune.
The Corleone family don't even have that kind of muscle anymore.
And he slaps Fredo around?
You straighten my brother out.
Big mistake. And because Moe's murder is the catalyst for the Roth conspiracy, Moe can be considered a posthumous antagonist in The Godfather Part 2. In other words, he remains a threat to Michael even after his death. Number 7. Osvaldo Altobello. Don Altobello is an old family friend of the Corleones and a renowned peacemaker in the criminal underworld. This is what makes him such a dangerous enemy. No one suspects the frail old man who walks with a cane, especially one with a long-held reputation for keeping the peace.
Blessed is the peacemaker, for he can be called a child of God.
Ultimately, Altobello is shown to be a ruthless and manipulative schemer, who's willing to use any means necessary to achieve his goals, including betraying his closest friends and allies. It's not made explicit in the film, but it seems that Altobello's betrayal of Michael is driven by jealousy. With Michael set to become one of the richest legitimate businessmen in the world, Altobello colludes with Joey Zasa and Don Lucchesi to kill him, likely in return for some of Michael's legitimate business. Of course, Connie was never gonna let that happen, and Altobello gets his, just desserts, at the opera.
Sleep. Sleep, Godfather.
Let's be real though, the thing that made Altobello truly dangerous, maybe even terrifying, was that he controlled Mosca. We'll come back to him later. Number 6. Emilio Barzini. Don Barzini has little regard for the traditions of his culture, he's driven only by profits, and he holds Vito in contempt for his traditional views.
Times have changed. It's not like the old days.
This sets the stage for the central conflict of the original film. Barzini is the cunning mastermind behind the conspiracy to take down the Corleone family, and he gets very close to succeeding. He deals a brutal loss to Vito when he ambushes and violently murders Sonny, and he comes dangerously close to murdering Michael in Sicily too. Barzini is Vito's most formidable enemy.
A refusal is not the act of a friend.
And when Michael inherits the position of Don, he also inherits the threat posed by Barzini. But the hostility between Michael and Barzini goes way beyond just business. Barzini was directly responsible for the death of Apollonia and Michael's unborn child. With Barzini, it was always personal for Michael. Number 5. Mosca. We don't know a great deal about Mosca. Maybe that's what makes him so terrifying. In early versions of the script, he's referred to as Don Mosca, implying that he might be the Don of Montelepre. But it's unusual for a Don to personally take on dangerous contracts, so his true status is unknown. What we do know is that he's fiercely loyal to Don Altobello, he loves to cosplay as a priest, and he never misses his target. Well, he kinda does miss his target, very famously at the end of Part 3. After dispatching 3 of Michael's most competent bodyguards with a knife, he shoots Michael in the shoulder, accidentally killing Mary. He's extremely dangerous. For the true fans though, he's most reviled for killing Don Tomasino, Vito's old friend in the wheelchair. Why is he in a wheelchair? Because he lost his legs taking out Don Chicho with Vito at the end of Part 2. Don Tomasino was a legend. It's a relief when Mosca is finally taken down by a mob of angry priests.
Even Steven.
Please, can we just take a second to appreciate that I managed to find a clip of James Caan, Vincent's dad, dressed as a priest, saying even Steven. Okay, thank you. Number 4. Virgil Sollozzo. Sollozzo is one of the most formidable enemies in the Godfather Trilogy. The fact that his bodyguard and enforcer is a New York police captain tells us just how far Sollozzo's influence goes. We also know he's not afraid to get his hands dirty if the occasion calls for it.
He's supposed to be very good with a knife.
And we get to see this when he brutally murders Luca Brasi.
He sleeps with the fishes.
Sollozzo attempts 2 hits on Vito. The first is almost successful, and the second is thwarted only by Michael being in the right place at the right time. If it wasn't for Michael's quick thinking and cool-headedness in the hospital, this could have been a case of wrong place, at the wrong time, because not only would Vito have been killed, but almost certainly Michael too. Michael sees the threat Sollozzo poses to the family but also to him personally, and that's why he kills Sollozzo. Number 3. Licio Lucchesi. Licio is one of Michael's most powerful enemies. He's not just the chairman of the world's largest real estate company, but also a don in the Sicilian mafia with strong ties to Italian politics and the Vatican. He's depicted as a greedy and ruthless individual who's willing to do whatever it takes to maintain his power and influence. Lucchesi is a key antagonist in Part 3, and his actions set in motion many of the events that drive the plot forward. He not only conspires with Archbishop Gilday to defraud Michael of $600 million, but also colludes with Altobello to kill Michael and the other dons in a bold hit involving a helicopter and a minigun. Ultimately, he gets his comeuppance in one of the best death scenes of the trilogy. Michael enlists the help of his old friend and bodyguard from Sicily, Carlo, who kills Licio with his own glasses. He never saw it coming. Number 2. Hyman Roth. While Sollozzo and Licio are personally protected by the police, Roth is protected by a president. He is Michael's most powerful enemy, and this makes him extremely dangerous. He's also a shrewd businessman and skilled strategist who always seems to be one step ahead of his enemies. Sound familiar? The problem is Roth despises Michael for killing Moe Greene. Roth and Moe grew up together, and his murder hurt Roth deeply.
Someone put a bullet through his eye.
Roth tries to assure Michael he would not avenge Moe for the sake of the business.
This is the business we've chosen.
But Michael always expected retaliation. This is why Michael lets Roth play the role of mentor and father figure to him. He's following Vito's advice to keep your friends close but your enemies closer. Unfortunately for Michael, Roth is incredibly hard to kill, he just refuses to die. But ultimately Lamb Pony gets the job done. Number 1. The Enemy Within. Because a traitor inflicts the deepest wounds, Michael's number 1 most dangerous enemy has to be... Dramatic pause. Fredo Corleone.
I know it was you, Fredo.
He betrays Michael to Roth, with extremely dangerous repercussions. We don't know the exact extent of Fredo's betrayal, we can only speculate, but it's likely he gave Roth information on Michael's whereabouts and movements, including detailed information about the Corleone family compound. Even more scary is the thought that Fredo could have opened the drapes for the gunman.
Michael, why are the drapes open?
It's also likely that he tipped off Cuban officials about the hit on Roth, saving his life, which simultaneously put Michael in further danger. We'll never know for sure, but we know that whatever he did, it very nearly resulted in Michael's death. It's hard to say exactly why Fredo did it, but with Michael dead, Fredo would get his opportunity as Don. Could Fredo have been more ruthless and ambitious than we realize? Maybe. Michael warned Fredo in the first movie.
You're my older brother, and I love you. But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again.
There was no way Michael could trust Fredo moving forward, leaving him with no choice. It's the saddest and maybe the scariest moment in the whole trilogy, but Fredo's death elevates the narrative from masterful to Shakespearean.
How dare you play the Bard card?
Yep. We played the Bard card. That's all for this video. Thanks for watching and don't forget to subscribe. Let us know what you think of our ranking in the comments, and why not check out one of our other Godfather videos. We'll see you in the next one.